Hi, hello, VinnyEndDragon here, and welcome to another video. Today, I am happy to announce that I am a member of the Unaware Draft League. This is a draft league that will be posting videos every single Saturday, so make sure you tune in because we are going to be taking this one very seriously. This Saturday is my team builder video, and then next Saturday will be my week 1, and we're going to keep going every single Saturday until we get to playoffs and hopefully a championship. This will also be my last draft league in Scarlet and Violet, so please make sure to tune in because the next draft league that I am a part of will be in Pokemon Champions. This is the last time, and as John Cena would say, the last time is now. If we are going to win a draft league championship in Paldea, this is the time. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, all that jazz, and I'm gonna get into my draft. So I actually had the second overall pick, and there was some interesting Pokemon that were flying around in my head. There's a lot of very high tier Terra captains available in this league, like Terra Iron Bundle, Terra Urshifu, not Terra Zarude, but I wanted to really just pick the best Pokemon on the board. No gimmicks, no sort of team composition necessary, just the best Pokemon on the board, which for me is CHIEN PAO. I mean, there really isn't that much to say about CHIEN PAO. It has one of the fastest speed tiers in Paldea decks at 135. It's got crazy offensive pressure. Dark Ice is just a great typing. I mean, it's very simple to talk about. However, it doesn't mean it's not very, very strong. Overall, Ice is one of those types that you really just want to have for your offensive pressure, as not having an Ice type can be very detrimental for breaking certain Pokemon, and overall I'm very, very happy that I got CHIEN PAO. Next up, there was another Pokemon that I honestly was kind of shocked that fell to me. I mean, after grabbing CHIEN PAO, I was pretty confident that my low tier Terra Captain that I grabbed would be kind of bad, but they actually let me get Terra Raging Bolt. Now, the last time I used Terra Raging Bolt in this channel was in ODL to less than success. But I think that Terra Raging Bolt was probably the best part of that team. Terra Raging Bolt is an absolute monster, as that Terra is just the benefit it needs to really push it over the edge. I mean, Thunderclap means you don't have to worry about its bad speed tier. Draco Meteor is just a free move that you can click into everything. And then also you get access to defensive Terra types as well. While it is Terra Preview, I really feel like knowing that the Terra Electric is coming doesn't exactly make you that much stronger about resisting it. Plus, not to mention, ground types being one of this thing's only problems is not exactly a problem for my team, as I already have CHIEN PAO. Overall, just an absolute offensive monster. Speaking of offensive monsters, I wanted a flying type. I just really wanted something that was immune to ground and could also hit it pretty hard. Lando T was actually my first thought, but unfortunately Lando T got stolen from me by Mr. Mag. So I actually decided to go with Landorus Incarnate. Now, I am a bit sad that I didn't get Landorus Therian because later in the video you'll see that I have a lot of special attackers, and Landorus Incarnate doesn't usually like to be a physical attacker. However, CHIEN PAO could fill the gaps where Landorus Incarnate fails them, and Landorus Incarnate is a monster of a Pokemon. You have access to strong mixed attacking moves, you have access to some really clutch immunities that I'm going to need, and overall it's just a really, really strong Pokemon, and a 101 speed tier, which I kind of needed. However, did you really think I was done spending all my points on offense? That's right, we're going full hyper offense, baby, because now I have Iron Moth. Iron Moth is a freak of nature, to put it lightly. I mean, this thing is absolutely offensively scary at a 110 speed tier and 140 special attack. However, the main reason that I grabbed Iron Moth was to help deal with fairies. Later on in this video, you'll see that my team is kind of fairy weak, and Iron Moth is just that thing that I absolutely needed. If it is a specially offensive fairy, I could do something like Assault Vest. If it's a slow fairy, I could just kind of kill it with my massive special attack stat. Overall, Fairy was kind of really difficult for me to deal with, especially since PAO and Raging Bolt are both weak to it. Obviously, Raging Bolt could Terra, but I don't want Raging Bolt to Terra into something that is resistant to Fairy. That just doesn't really seem like a good use of it. Overall, I think that drafting Iron Moth gave my team more offensive pressure, and it also helped it deal with certain fairy types that are definitely going to be switching into Raging Bolt. Next up, I had some Terra points left over after grabbing Raging Bolts, and the best Terra Captain on the board was Terra Sinistra. I personally have not been a fan of this Pokemon in the past. I think that Sinistra's kind of overrated, but I'm willing to give it another shot. Especially with access to Terra, being able to Terra Steel, Terra Fairy, or get into a type that helps it a little bit more than Ghost Grass. Plus, it is a grass type in its base form, which helps me get that ground resistance that I desperately need. It's a bit tricky. Sinistra has a lot of things it can help me with, but I'm not super moved by it, especially its 121 special attack stat, which, while it's good, is not something my team needs at all. So, I don't know, it's a bit tricky, but I think that I could use Sinistcha to a lot of great success. Plus, it also has heat proof, which, fire weakness is a bit weird. Overall, I just rather have it than not have it, so that's pretty good. Next up, after Terra Sinistcha, I actually got Hatterene. Now, my hazard control is a bit weird, and usually I like to overload the box on spinners and defoggers. I actually have not used a Magic Bounce Pokemon on the channel as my form of hazard control, and I really wanted to change that. I'd say that Magic Bounce is a bit more skillful than something like Rapid Spin, so I really just wanted to put my hat in the ring. Plus, it's also a fairy type, which I desperately needed. Overall, I'm very excited to have Hatterene. Again, another special attacker, which really just means every Pokemon is going to be Assault Vest when I run into them. But overall, it's very, very good for me, and it's also a really high special defense stat, which I kind of needed as well. Just very solid for me to have. Next up, I actually drafted Keldeo. Now, I'm actually kind of surprised that no one drafted Terra Keldeo in this league. It was Terra legal, however, Terra Raging Bolt is just better, and I wouldn't have been able to grab Terra Raging Bolt and Terra Keldeo. And I figured that Keldeo in its base form is still pretty solid, so that's what I ended up going with. Keldeo at a 108 helps round out my speed tiers at the top perfectly, and also is a pretty strong special attacker, which I also just wanted, because why not? Also, water fighting is just a pretty good type combination to have, especially when you have weaknesses to certain types. I'm just really happy to have it on board. And second to last, I actually have Fortress. I really needed a steel type, and I really need removal, and Fortress does both to excellent success. Plus, it also is a momentum Pokemon with access to Volt Switch, and with Volt Switches from both Fortress and Raging Bolt, I'm able to get a lot of my top tier frail Pokemon like Moth and Chien-Pao in safely. Fortress is also going to be putting in a lot of defensive backbone. In terms of physical defense, Fortress is going to be one of my best. Obviously, I have access to free Terra Sinistcha, which can be really, really good depending on the matchup, but no sort of gimmick, no matchup, Fortress is just my best defensive Pokemon, and I'm pretty happy about that. Overall, Fortress is going to give me some stuff that I absolutely need, and I'm very happy to see it. And last up, my last Pokemon is actually Zangoose. Now, I've never used Zangoose in a draft before, but I had that amount of points, and I really, really wanted a physical attacker for cheap, and lo and behold, Zangoose. 90 isn't actually terrible, and when you pair this with the fact that this thing is absolutely going to be Choice Scarf or Choice Band every single game, it's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I can't tour normal, but those Choice Band facades with Toxic Boost are going to be hitting pretty hard. Overall, I'm pretty happy to have Zangoose. I mean, it's only going to show up 1 week, but if I ever see a team that doesn't have a Steel type or a defensive Ghost, it honestly might be worth considering. Anyway, this is my team going into UDL. I'm actually very excited for this draft league. As they say, the last time is now, and this can be my chance to win in Paldea. I'm very, very excited. I hope you guys are too. I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.